Sup guys, I'm AUSSIE METALHEAD. I'm doing 150 classic albums by the end of the year. I'm also doing new releases and Patreon requests. Over on my Patreon, it's $5 a month to $18 a month. You get to request an album 20 minutes to 90 minutes, depending on the length of, depending on the sub tier, whoever gives a fuck. Over there, I haven't got any more Carson reactions, or requests. No one's requested X or anything like that, but I am open to that. So if you want to go over there to request that after this, I would love that. I quite like Carson. Out of all of the OPM guys, apart from like the most recent Destroy Lonely that I did, I would say that Carson like stood out to be my favorite. Well, like despite Playboi Carti's like influence and all that sort of stuff, I didn't take to his stuff as much. I thought that it was good. It was like kind of good music, but I wasn't a fan, if that makes sense. Like I still thought it was good, and I liked it because I like good music, if that makes sense. But I didn't love Playboi Carti as much, except Self-Titled. That was fucking a banger, which should be coming out in September on this YouTube channel. But yeah, with Carson, I kind of just like his swagger. When it comes to like the voice and rap of OPM sort of stuff, he is my favorite out of them. So yeah, I'm curious to delve into this one. The fact that it's called Experiment makes me think that it's not going to be the same sort of thing as A Great Chaos, and More Chaos was kind of not too dissimilar. So I'm definitely curious to see how he switches it up. I really like seeing that the feature list here, because Two Hollis is an interesting one. Carti a few times is kind of sick. Little Uzi Vert, they're fucking goated as fuck. I've been loving Uzi lately. Young Thug, a goat. Destroy Lonely, and then Playboi Carti again. Like, those are pretty fucking solid features. So yeah, I'm curious to delve into it, and let's see how it goes. Alright, whoa. We need to restart. That sounds, one, gorgeous, and I love how the music instantly gets into it. I just did a Madonna Confessions too, and I thought it was okay, because it came out today. But dude, it takes a while to get into it. This instant, and then the production instantly pretty. Very happy. Ooh. It's like gorgeous, like cloud rappy shit. Already, ooh.
Where do I start? We was together like Pangea. How we grow apart. Jump on my boat, let's go see ya. Yeah, there's no one's art. They really think I taste turn black. I'm the darkest dark. They really think you taste turn whack. You the biggest mark. Can't let you get in between.
Oh, I like it.
Niggas can't see me, I'm seeing her. This my villain's art. I'm in that bubble. Just like Thanos.
This is gorgeous.
Let that thing go. The way I put the out, I swear to God, I could've been a bang, bro. She throwing YBL up, but she not my gang, though. I'm in the cut with the tanks. Everything looks like clutch. Can't tell these niggas about hoes on him, cause they talk too much. If you fuck with them, stay over there, can't come back around us. If you hang with the odds, get buzzed. How'd you hang with the odds?
I love how, like, a lot of the music that, like, OPM sort of makes has it's trying to do, like, a mysterious or, like, have an edge to it. And it has a bit of cheekiness to, like, throw into it, make it a bit funny or whatever, like, have some nice bars, that sort of thing. But, like, overall, they're trying to lean into this, like, aura farming sort of stuff a lot of the time, and I think that's largely due to the fact that, like, Carti in the most recent years is trying to lean into, like, mysterious sort of stuff. And I can appreciate that, but I do like, and I feel like if the rest of the album is kind of like this, I like the fact on this where he kind of feels jovial. He feels like he's having fun, and I kind of feel like that's, like, he's not taking himself too seriously, but he's still making really nice music, and I kind of like that look on him a bit more.
She got him up, not by my top, can't put me in no box. These hoes dummy, I'm getting their own cock. Not trap going up, just like stop. I been going up, but I ain't moving without them bills. Red pill, blue pill, deal or no deal. All these hoes going, you just gotta pick your poison. The 808 knocking that shit, don't let noise in. In her face, I'm knocking on her throat. She let me do anything, cause she know she fucking go. My allergies kidding, I think somebody.
This is a gorgeous production, dude. Who's producing it? Good shit, dude. It's a drive-by. 308, when we side by. No ride for my chicken every day. I wasn't a family guy. Never trust bitch. Ain't wait, cause all these hoes lie. The way she suck the ball in and make the song cry. I'm on tour selling clothes. Yeah, you know they sold out. I've been dropping 8 spoils. Yeah, you know we pulled out. Yeah, you know we pulled up. Oh, this is gorgeous, man.
We was together like Pangea.
What a nice fucking introduction.
Everything I touch turn black. I'm the darkest dark. Everything you touch turn wet. You the biggest mark. I can't let you get between us. Parallel park. Niggas can't see me. I'm seeing her. This my villain's art.
Such a great start. I love, like, I hope that actually the rest of this album, because what I do actually like about OPM sort of stuff is the consistency within their sound. Like, if you go to If Looks Could Kill, like, there is a solid soundscape around that. And Destroy Lonely's 2024, like, I forget the name of it. I thought it was actually quite good. Most people don't like it, but I think they're stupid. But, like, that sounds really nice, and it has a very solid, like, sound to it throughout. And like, Great Chaos also has that too, More Chaos. So the fact that the first track here is, like, really gorgeous, sort of, like, kind of reminds me of cloud rappy sort of shit, bodes well for the rest of this album, because I could 100% be happy with 22 tracks that sound in this sort of realm. But yeah, if you haven't watched one of my videos before, I do ratings on the side. These are my first listen ratings. I listen to these projects multiple times over before I post them to my Discord, where you can chat to me about my ratings. I'm always active in there. You can also see it on my album of the year, which is the music rating website that I use. It says 600 reviews. I've actually done about 1,400 in the past 18 months. Before this channel existed, I maybe listened to 10 albums front to back my entire life. That was Bring Me the Horizon, Linkin Park, all that sort of shit. But I started this channel to delve into more classic artists, and then I found, like, underground rage sort of shit, and I don't know, it's neat. I like it because it feels like it's very boundary pushing, and I think that's really cool. But yeah, as you can see, my bell curve is kind of fucking go to the shit, like, kind of very good in the middle, but it leans a bit too high, and I think that's the reason for that is because of my Patreon. Because over on my Patreon, you can sub. It's $5 a month to $18. You get to request an album, and I have had 600 album requests this year already. And that means I can't really do anything outside of sometimes new releases and Patreon requests. And people are going to request good shit on Patreon. Granted, not many people have been requesting Carson, and I need that. But overall, that means that I think excused about it. It's like a 6 out of 10 at the moment. But I think my spiritual average is a 5 out of 10. If something's a 5.1, I think it is above average. But with that being said, I think it's a fucking great song. I didn't know Ken Carson had this in his bag to be a bit more, like, lighter presence, and have it be prettier in that regard, and have, like, this nice, pretty cloud rappy sort of fucking production. I like it a lot. All right. Interesting to hear Cardi in 22. All right. This is more gritty. Like, this is a more gritty rage sound. I like it. It's like deeper, but it's not. It's like not basic, but the electronics, the static is basic. I like that.
This is an experiment. Cover my ears when you talk, I ain't hearing it. Now cover up my ears when you talk, I ain't hearing it. Now cover up my ears when you talk, I ain't hearing it. As long as I got that y'all I ain't fearing shit. As long as I got my toxic, I'ma use them like a Asian. Black big sex mix, what, yes, blazing. King, dough, whoa, we brought them K's. Shawty on go, pass it, bro, yeah, I'm not. You not celibate, put that on everything you got. You not celibate, put that on everything you got. Bitch, you not celibate, put that on everything you got.
I don't mind the ad-libs for the names of the yeah. I'm sorry to pause it, but, like, usually that stuff can be a bit, like, repetitive to me, and sometimes, like, Uzi's worst parts for me are that, whereas, like, he doesn't really have, like, this catchiness to it, but there is so much going on here. It's so interesting to me that it doesn't really bother me, and I think it kind of just fits there, because, like, I can listen to this, like, really cool fucking production that whoever the fuck is doing this is an absolute G. Sky, is that Skywater? Because that'd be really cool. Skywater, I really like Skywater's production, but I don't like their, like, music as much. So it'd be really cool to see them be in, like, a more executive sort of producing role, or, like, just, like, production in general on, like, making beats for other artists, because I think they have a really keen eye for, like, creative beats. And if it is Skywater, that would make sense, because this sounds really fucking unique. Like, still in the realm and the same sort of vibe that you're meant to get from, like, this sort of rage shit, but, like, just twisting on its head a tiny bit to give, like, a unique angle that you didn't even think was there. It's really sick.
Every day you not consistent, I pro. Every day niggas not consistent, I pro. Every day. Throw it in the air, honey. I'm making dance for money. She said the dick gotta crash now. She don't know what she doing, she just pass it out. You catch me red-handed, I still wouldn't know them hoes you asking about. Too much in my crib, can't fit in and say where the fuck I'ma stash you out. Too much in my crib, he still stashing out the shoes.
Fuck it up, dude.
Yeah, where I go, it's all eyes on me, like on Tupac. I'm a experiment, but your hoe gon' fly when the cartoons drop. Can't be from the internet, these niggas cartoon out. So the bitch ain't in that, you leave that to your other niggas. They ain't stressing about pussy, I want figures. Front page magazine, you can get your issue. Now I send you my location before I get shit.
Dude, I love this production.
On the drink, I'm past out. Right with the dude in my cash.
No, it's Cardi. It's a depot.
Come in spotlight, yeah. My young nigga with me, he mad hot.
Different voice, I thought.
Still gonna crash, I ain't worried about. Still gonna crash, we ain't worried about. Still gonna crash, we ain't worried. Still gonna crash, we ain't worried. Still gonna crash, we ain't worried.
I kinda like it.
Still gonna crash, we ain't worried. Bitch, I'm fly like a bird. I just gave him the nine. I love my bitch, baby. I'm out of hit on the nine. Hit on the put a lot on the news real quick. I'm talking about, I need how they pussy, they don't know what to do. Bobby, am I saying, Tristan, you know that shit, but
I kinda like it because it feels like it has been put into it, like a different angle.
More beans on my neck, sorry in the Venus. Play with the rest, I'm on your neck. I can't get played, popping my shit with no regrets. Major league, so leave my jeans, I'm a vet. I was born to plead. That niggas pussy hard, yeah. What you seeing me? Bitch, I'm a hustler.
I kind of think it's another great track, dude. Just hitting very different vibes. Huh. I like it a lot. It is so exciting. Alright. Definitely switched it up. Why am I listening to a Minecraft soundtrack? I'm not against it, but it's interesting.
Chase on 2 keys. When I see it smoke, you niggas don't want no beef. Diamonds on my teeth.
Is Terrell's one producing it?
Hit dog sign when I speak.
Yep.
Clean this shit neat free. Think she got OCD. I'm about like OKC. I'm about like SGA. You can't buy with this. You don't know my boy. Fuck. When I'm on the stage, no matter what I made, they gon' call it rage. But 50, his face all switchblade. Back on digits, she gon' make that ass shake. I'm having a bad day. Pull my last photo and split it all. Sad day. Every day out all in my.
There's a nice polish to this.
I
like the production quality.
Second page. Rock star, rock show, rock shit. Pop out on my dick, can't wait to pot this.
Very low key.
No proxy. Got a bad bitch, she brown, just like Foxy.
Ooh. I like the thunder of it.
I been trapping, nah.
I think it's
on the block.
6 not 7 to me.
She ain't never give a fuck on acting shop. But if she leave us stay, all these hoes still gon' flop. Get the fuck out the way, on 308 song, got a name on.
Like, it has so much built up energy. I will pause it here, just in case it transitions to the next track. But like, it has so much built up energy here, and I kind of like it. I think it's doing like a real fucking good shit. But I would, if it just peters out after this, I feel like I will drop it to like 6.5 because I really like Ken Carson's delivery here in the pockets where there's not much production, and then it comes in with like the really nice 2-holes like boom fucking production. It has like a nice thunderous sort of atmosphere to it. But that feels like it's kind of choreographing a like big fucking climax at some sort of point. And if it doesn't really like do that, it kind of feels like you just sit in this a bit like awkward energy for me. Even though it sounds really nice. So I hope that this does transition into something, like into the next track well, and it doesn't just cut off, which I think is like a massive issue that I have with like Utopia, Travis Scott, which by the way is over on my Patreon. It will be on YouTube in August. But yeah, I hope it doesn't do that because I feel like with the level of polish that this project seemed to have so far, I would be shocked if the track placements are not like thought about well, and to the point where like this kind of just has a lot of like kinetic energy and it cuts off. I'd be surprised if that sort of happens, but if it does, it's a tiny bit disappointing because I would want this to transition into something.
I just dropped the brain on it. All I know is lean, 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 lean. Then I need a cane on me. She thought I was excited about the pussy, got the bitch weighing on me.
All right, I think it might be just winding down. I feel like there's more you could do with this sound. Like, I feel like there was something more there.
Wake up, filthy.
I like that this is placed next to that track, though. It works. I think there's, like, nice track placement. I wonder why you call it gynecologists. I like how he sounds a bit more mature.
She never wrote this. Middle finger to my old bitch. Middle finger to the prosecutor. Middle finger to these prostitutes. They ain't paying for no pussy. No, they ain't laying on the pussy. Strip my bands on the pussy. I'm trying to get my hands on the pussy. I'm trying to put my mans on the pussy. Everybody had that cookie. Now I sold the ARP fully. They ain't spend no bands on that bitch. She say she want Van Cleave, told her jump about the cliff. I ain't paying for that shit. Money my ventriloquist. Told this, told this, told this. I cannot go for a broke bitch. Broke bitch, broke bitch. Came from Atlanta, we tote sticks. Tote sticks, tote sticks. Them niggas fell off they coping. He ran out of content, I'm tokens. I never G, I'm good shit.
I just like really like his rapping performance. Like his delivery is just so nice all the time.
He died in the movie. All that these bitches be begging, I'm dodging it hoe like she got the cooties. Every time I give her money, she ever some up. I think I'm in too deep.
Really nice production. He's doing it.
I'm just laying on the pussy. Shoot my bands on the pussy.
Filthy, you fucking go.
Like roaches. This a ARP fully. Gunfight, I'm the bully. 308, make 'em boogie. She got mileage like she been hiking her whole life. I don't want that pussy. The Rico T stussy. Told them scenes, we jumping out them bushes. Told them bleach. How could you ever provoke this? Can't be control, can't remote this. My career, yeah, it's oldest. This that new king, yeah, fuck all that old shit. I might go fuck up my old bitch. Show me your wrist. I caught her a rollie. Put a sock in it, Mick Foley. This shit made them scream me like, no, please. This shit make it scatter like roaches. Roll up a op, smoke.
I'd say this is like a good to great track. Like a 7.5 for me.
Middle finger to my old bitch. Middle finger to the prosecutor. Middle finger to the prostitutes. I ain't paying for no pussy. No, they ain't laying on the pussy. Strip my bands on the pussy. Show me your wrist. Show me your wrist. Show me your wrist. Show your wrist. Show your wrist. Show your wrist.
Alright, this could lean into a bit of a repetitive sort of stuff.
This shit went a name. If you see it on me, you won't see it again. She rolling my blunt, but she not the one I'ma smoke it with. You thought she was the one. Lil' shawty ain't none. Lil' shawty let everybody hit. Posting a plate, spraying our black. Them niggas ain't never outside. When I'm in the cut, it's a scary sight. RP friendly lizard. She want a bag and shoes. I ask her what brand. I ask her what size. I'm in the kitchen like Betty Crocker, but I ain't making no pie. I'm swinging my dreads like Waka Flocka. Bitch, I go hard in the pain. Using me so that it's for the qualities. Niggas don't know about that drink. Niggas don't know. This bitch actually know everything.
It has a nice polish to it, which I always appreciate when it comes to OPM sort of stuff. Like when you listen, like if looks could kill, even if there's like a bit of a mismatch to me, with like how much I like it, I remember talking about it through the lens of like, I appreciated the ambition of it. When I listened to 2093, that was one of my favorite Rage projects. It's like, holy shit, he's really trying to go for something. The world building sonically and just how it sounds, like the atmosphere that's providing. I feel like If Looks Could Kill kind of goes into that same sort of thing, even if I didn't rate it stupidly high. And I kind of get that perspective from like most OPM sort of stuff. Like when I listen to a Ken Carson or a Destroy Langley, it's very unfair, the level of like, I feel like outside hate they sort of get. We're like, oh, they're just doing the same sort of vocals and they're not even trying. It's like, actually, out of everyone that's doing this sort of sound, I kind of feel like they have the most polish. Like, there's a reason why they're signed with the progenitor of, like, the scene, which is fucking Cardi. It's like there's a reason they're like in that company, and it's because I feel like you can kind of just strictly tell that every single track, even if it's not like stupidly creative or it doesn't knock your socks off or anything. Like even this for me doesn't knock my socks off. It's decent, but the quality's there. Like the production quality is to a mainstream level in my opinion, and I think it's just kind of sick that whenever I can come into a Ken Carson project or I go into a Destroyed Lonely project, it's like I know the quality is going to be there.
2 fingers in a thumb game. Like P on my wrist, you ain't watching it. If it's not skeleton, it is not a flex. She think I'm capped in, save a hoe, but this an X on my chest. She think we locked in, whoa, I'm tryna fuck her friend next. Every time she leave her friend text, it's Ken Carson, RP next. Show on your wrist, 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 show on your wrist.
Yeah, I don't like the repetitive nature of this song. I'd say it's decent. It is decent, though. It's weird how like this is one of the longer tracks so far, but I feel like it has like the least amount going for it. Like I like the production a bit, but the performance from Ken Carson, like vocally not the worst, but like not amazing. Like I don't need massive lyricism because like I have the hot take that Ken Carson's better than J. Cole when it comes to even lyricism, but it is a bit lacking here. Ooh. The brightness, I'm curious who's on this. It sounds a lot more like DG or whatever. DJ Moon? I feel like I've heard of that person before. Why is there 50 different producers on this? Slayer influence? She don't give a push away, yeah, and pray I give her down. I'm dodging hoes like TRX, yeah, this the round. I'm on smart shit, take out this whole fam. No, you get robbed quick, turn that little chain down. All I know is pot shit, hop on a hot quick. Every day I'm screwed for Twitter, police can't start shit. He told on me, so fuck this, so he tryna start this. But you can't stop, no, you can't stop this. Go against this shit, you better have a fucking army ready. War ready every day, y'all the stick heavy. Sliding escalades and suburbs, yeah, these blades. Fuck yeah, dude. White hoe, I just want the naked. I just want the pound and the pain. I'm trying to crack the seal. These niggas not like me, you don't made of steel. I can't even put it in. I love this. The fact that they're going to the... I'm so glad that I feel like Ken Carson seems to have like the maturity or whatever. I don't know if this is actually coming from like the underground sort of stuff of like Slayer and stuff like that has that brighter aesthetic, but it's the connection that I'm seeming to make is I fuck with the fact that Ken Carson seems to have like the maturity and like, I don't know, lack of arrogance to keep up with the times when it comes to that sort of thing, because I feel like the sound that Ken Carson and Destroyed Lonely were doing in like 23 and 24 and shit like that, you can kind of see that like Asama-san was doing the very similar sort of shit, and then he had a more melodic strain that came through Say So Says and Che and that stuff, and that I feel like kind of led to Slayer stuff, where they were touching more upon like I guess like Lil Uzi Vert melodic shit. And I loved how Slayer blends all of those sort of sounds together. And I feel like it's cool that Ken Carson, this kind of reminds me of that sort of sound, that sort of more brighter melodic sort of shit. And I think it's also cool because I feel like Slayer obviously has a lot of like weeb tendencies to it. And I'm not passing any judgment to that, but I feel like it is a tiny bit of like a thing that could like stop sort of mainstream sort of shit. But like Ken Carson being able to adopt this sort of sound, have the more like, brighter sort of aesthetics and that sort of thing kind of ditches that sort of aspect, and it can't. I feel like I always thought that like out of the underground people, I feel like Slayer is the one that could break into the mainstream the most, if like that sort of thing wasn't like a bottleneck. And I feel like it seems like here this sort of sound feels very similar to that sort of thing to me. And Ken Carson might be like the ramp up point to be able to break this sort of brighter sort of sound, more sugary, that you can kind of get from like, I guess like the most like popular, like brightest, like even Paradise by Lil Lucifer on Lover's Rage, which by the way I think is coming out the end of this month. Sorry that I'm talking about a lot of albums that you haven't seen on YouTube yet, but they're all on my Patreon, but they're all coming to YouTube soon. But yeah, it's cool that like they're going back to this more sugary thing, because I feel like out of all of those people that like birthed this sort of underground scene, I feel like Lil Uzi's probably my favorite, because of that sugary, sweet fucking, it's crack cocaine sort of shit. That I really like, that they lace into their music to make it like really addictive. And I think it's really cool. This feels like it's kind of going down that sort of area. But incorporating the rage sort of stuff, kind of like what Slave's doing, so it feels new and fresh. Like, I think this is an amazing track, dude. This is probably gonna be my favorite Ken Carson. This shit hit so hard they gon' cop the vinyl and CD. Pull up to a rock star show, y'all can't see me. Oh, you know, put on rock star real first time for everything. Maybe down the line you can get away. Fuck yeah, cunt. Maybe down the line I might go ice up your chain. Put ice all on your wrist and then your mouth from Johnny Dang. I know love be strange. I know my love not perfect, but it could be way worse. I know grandma pray for me every Sunday in the church. I know if a nigga try this shit, I'ma make this stick twerk. I know you need a verse, but don't text for it. Bought my mama house, caught the Mex for. I do shit you can't afford. I'm on another level. I put 6 feet deep, I'm about to grab a show. Dude, I fucking love this cunt. Who's DJ Moon? Maybe he's the one that's doing a lot of production.
I can't trust these women. SIT know him. Screech out the street, you hit him. 808's him. Just like EDM. Double low rave. My whole game trim. My whole life film. You can watch it in 40X. If she don't wanna swallow my kids, I'ma leave them on her breast. I'm tatted on my chest. Chaos in the pentagram. She don't give a pussy away. Yeah, and pray I give her down. I'm dodging her like TRX. Yeah, this the round. I'm on smart shit. Take out this whole fam.
Dude, this is a fucking sick beat. I've been doing so much fucking underground rage sort of stuff, right? That I still find it very entertaining to do, because I still hold the same opinions that I had when I first started at the start of this year, right? What I think like a 6 out of 10 rage project is more interesting to me than like a 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10 like pop project that's really mainstream and that sort of thing. And I know this is delving more into mainstream artistry, but like it's taking from the underground more, so I still put it into that sort of perspective. But when it comes to that sort of allure that like rage was having for me was kind of waning a tiny bit, because I felt like every single artist I was listening to was kind of very similar to each other, and there wasn't I know the talent just didn't seem to shine through as much. And then like you'll have these people like, I think Easy Code Lee hasn't perfected his sound, but he takes a very nice punk approach, which I really appreciate, like a trap metal inspired sort of perspective, which I feel like is something that a lot of artists are not touching upon as much. And then you have like Slayer, which is incorporating so many different genres together into this like beautiful fucking like sugary mess of beauty. I love that. And there's like certain people up the top that I think is doing really well. But I know like there was a lot of projects that I was like, okay, this is decent. This is all right, but it doesn't feel like it's special. And I'm so glad that listening to this, I kind of feel like it has a bit of that special knack to it. And if this, I guess, like invigorates me more to be, oh, I want to look out for more rage stuff in the future. I was already looking out for it because I had so much fun, and like I feel like I sort of owe it to you guys to keep up with it, because like I don't know, you guys, my channel wouldn't exist without you. My channel wouldn't exist without you, and I like reacting to anything, but the love and like excitement that I was having, it was waning a tiny bit, because I've done about 300 projects in the last 6 months of rage stuff, but now like listening to this, like, oh, this gives me that shot that I really like. Matt Proxy was another one where, but like I was a bit comatose out of it because I was going off another sickness. I've been sick for out of the last like 13 weeks. I've been sick for literally like 5 or 6 of them, and I'm still getting out the amount of reactions that I am. It's just so yeah, I was a bit worn down in that one, but like I just witnessed, oh, holy fuck, this is amazing, and I'm so glad that this month is kind of like the last month has been giving me that like injection again of like, oh, the underground still has shit to like surprise me with. Where this one is not as like unique of like, holy fuck, I've never heard something like this before, because I have had remnants of this in Slayer, but it's like I want more of that. Like I want that to be the direction. I want them to like, and it's so cool that Ken Carson is going into that more direction, because it feels like he had a bit of cutie patootie aspect to him, but he wasn't like massively delving into that, right? It wasn't like, it's not like he definitely leaned more Playboy Cardi than he did Lil Uzi Vert, right? And Lil Uzi Vert has that cutie patootie fucking sugary sort of shit to it. But I find it so nice that like the trendsetters, the people that are at the top of the fucking food chain, like Ken Carson, are delving more into this sound. And it feels like a shot in the arm of adrenaline for the scene to go into this direction more. Because it feels like they were turning their wheels a tiny bit with like the more like dark and mysterious sort of sound. I really like that there's this brighter sort of shit now. It's like sick. I fucking love it.
Just tell me the truth. 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 Tell me the
Who's
truth.
on this one?
Say you bitch melody like the radio.
Masogi, I've heard of him.
I think this bitch here a witch.
Where did I hear Masogi from?
I'm not gonna post everybody on dick. I cannot not be noticed. I cannot not be told that bitch. This stuff bust his head open. Everything closed after sweat. She got her legs open. All these niggas fold when it smoke her. This shit potent. I can't speak on
This is fucking great, dude. This is the best project. Might be the best opium project. I love it. Dude. I love his production too. Ken Carson's my favorite voice, I think. Out of all. That's why, like, I don't have the lyrics pulled up, but like I just pulled out. Like, one of the things I like about Ken Carson is his reference game. It's one of the things I really like about Future and Young Thug and stuff like that. Where like a lot of people, the pejorative that they were thrown like a decade ago is like their mumble rap, which by the way is the most fucking insane kind of racist shit I've ever heard in my fucking life. Because if you've heard Just Might Be, just play the first 20 seconds of that off of Barter 6, and that is a better rapping performance than fucking any of their like golden childs of like Eminem and shit like that. But in disregarding all of that, like one of the things I really liked about Future and Young Thug is their reference game. Like their lyricism actually, like people thought it didn't have much to say or whatever, but it does because of the people that they're throwing out. Like I kind of think it's fucking bass. Like Ken Carson like throws out fucking James Brown is like one that I just heard, and on Future he will throw out like Spike Lee shit, and I like that they, I don't know, like their reference game is quite nice. It's I think one of those like small things that maybe people don't pick up on, or like I don't really pick up on, but it's like one of those more invisible sort of qualities that I feel like sets apart someone like a Ken Carson to like a Net Spend, where like the fact of like these people that like are kind of like colonize the space a tiny bit more, that their reference games are just off. Like when you hear some, like a good example is I guess like Drake or whatever, right? When you listen to Drake, how many fucking references does he make that's like kind of sick? Like he kind of just doesn't. Like he doesn't really point out really, I don't know, he just doesn't have that knack for it. But like Ken Carson does, and I think that's really, it's one of the things I appreciate of him, that I feel like puts him more into the vein of like a Future or a Young Thug and stuff like that, is his references within his tracks, which I think is cool. Like the cultural touch points that he's like playing upon, it's, yeah, I fuck with it.
Aim lock on the op, man down. Can't see me cause I'm on top. You still on the ground. Just tell me the truth. 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 Tell me the truth.
Dude, this is the best opium project. Don't flub it, bro. Don't flub it, because this is fucking sick. Filthy is such a fucking goat. I love that fucker. Dude, this is sick.
I'ma catch my man, bandit. Not from another planet. I'm not like these niggas. They flew you to Miami. I'm out the country with her. Send a flight from Carson, go, yeah, just a hitter. I don't wanna fuck focus on toes, yeah, gotta build her. These niggas my sons, but they grown, don't need no babysitter. I don't post everything I own, I know they pocket wide. That pussy bitch, let me see a camera toe or her knees knocking. I can't even scroll without a nigga asking when I'm out. Tell me what's in your savings, I got way more money in my pocket. He jumped out the trampoline, took off like Rocky. I'm no wireless plug, I don't need no socket. Then where I go, they show me love, I don't need to copy it. Got Oodles on Oodles like Hooters. I'm out of my body, I'm out of my motherfucking body, I'm out of my body, I eat. Oodles on Oodles, they ready to ooh, they ready to fuck on the kid. Shawty say she not a prostitute, want me to pay for what we did. That shit don't make no sense. Not worth for everything I got, this bitch get dismissed. Codeine, yeah, I'm pissed. Diamonds, my neck and wrist. Rocked out my show like Kiss. Right bitch, she look like Swiss.
I feel like, yeah, another pretty, I'll give it a 7.5, like good to great track. Oh, I love it. The track box, cut the brick right in front of my pots. I can't go without it. I did it on Jones, I need me an axe. I don't put no racks. If I pop my pockets on RP10. Oh, I thought this was going to be an interlude. I'm whipping the rose, I could've went Benz. I could've went Maybach. My mama told me don't know where you lay at. I'm wherever the K at. And these hoes gon' be wherever the money go. So I stand on my titties up. You see my face, I receive residual. Okay, this a ritual. I remember they had it like I was invisible. I remember you hated. Now you just a fan, bitch, you should've waited. I swear ain't nobody hit my phone until I made it. I swear everybody waiting on a young nigga to fail. But I can't lose, I always find a way to prevail. I told my bitch she at her best, yeah, when she naked. My ex still holding on to my heart, it's hard to replace it. I told you it was gonna be hard to fill the void. Now you wanna act like you my girl, I'm not yours. But then bitch got no time, can't let you waste it. I'm getting older, I've been working on my patience. Codeine soda, I swear I can't put it down the cup. Niggas on my dick, cover my sweat, but they can't keep up. Big gas, big smoke, make it choke, that's how you know that's real. Big coat is negative, zero, and I'm still in the field. Baby for the money and blood dress, had no hoes, I'm still. I got a whip for family. This is fucking sick too, dude. Can't let you play with my name, I send on 10 over hill. You throw a rock and hide your head, I'm taking off your head. I buy fashion garments, it's not rap. Been more like safer, like good. But it still sounds like a good to great track. Chains wax, the track about
Cook the brick right in front of my pots. I can't go without it. But did it on drones, I need me a ox. I don't buy no rice. If I pop my Perkins on RP10, my boss on my chin. I fuck her then send that hoe back to her friends. Got a new bitch I'm seeing. I'm whipping the rose, I could've went Benz. I could've went Maybach. My mama told me don't sell no where you lay at. I'm wherever the K at. And these hoes gon' be wherever the money go. So I stay on my TV toe. You see my face, I reach the residual.
Fuck yeah. We're kind of growing to me. It might be just be great overall.
I remember you hated. Now you just a fan, bitch. You should've waited.
Yeah, I might just. I feel like those two tracks might go to great. I don't give ratings on interludes because it feels not fair, but maybe this will hit it. Eat a push, then I wrap it back up. Yeah, I'm tired, I'm saving for later. Pass around this whole hot potato. These niggas say I'm throwing tomatoes. That's my baby, I fuck her to sleep. Yeah, I rock her like crazy. I do whatever I want. The weekend, you do what you able. I've been counting up for a check while you saw. Double on 5YBL, we the mob. Tuck all your chains in your shirt before you get robbed. I put it on anything before I put it on God. Heavy artillery, I swear I got more sticks than cod. Had a binary teach, bitch, hell yeah, this on my heart. I feel like it deserves a rating. I'll just say it's good.
Every time you call my phone, I get butterflies. I drop everything and come quick like somebody died. My love
Going into Ghost. Let's see how Uzi does. Uzi's probably my favorite out of it. Out of like this entire scene. So I'm curious.
You'll never reach this high. You'll never reach this high.
Star made the beat,
You'll
but I'm
never reach
sticking
this
out
high.
the oven.
Ooh.
Switch on my flow like I switch out the hoe, got a
Oh, well, that was preemptive.
Had to switch out that pace, you was moving too slow. I'm a demon, I pull up in a ghost. She clean me up, she the same nigga so. I'm an 8-ball, they say I'm dope. Need to get us all, I'm telling you no. Yeah,
We need more Uzi, dude. They don't make enough music.
Niggas in the way, yeah, they clone. Star Wars, start a sweat, it's a clone war. Eat that, saying niggas, I'm on ball.
Oh, I'm sorry to pause it already because this sounds fucking sick, but has Uzi made music with Carson before? Because I don't remember if they have. And I wonder if that isn't the case, if they haven't made music before this, was that because of Uzi's fucking deal or whatever the shit? Also, quick question, why does Uzi, I haven't listened to like 2 unreleased tracks, why does Uzi just not release their good music? They have like, I also heard apparently I Say Tall Life and 20 Min were like ones that got pressured to be put on Lovers Rage 2. What? Why? Just do like an NBA Youngboy thing where you just throw out your more leaks shit. Because I need some of these songs on fucking streaming. They're fucking really good. And I've only heard like 2. By the way, once I finish Little Uzi Vert, like release stuff, that's when I'll do unreleased. Same thing happens with Yeet. I have 1 more Yeet project or 2 more Yeet projects to do, and then I'm on to the unreleased. When it comes to Playboy Cardi, now I'm going to be doing unreleased Whole Lot of Red stuff. And same sort of thing happens if you want like Ken Carson unreleased, if he has it. I don't know, I haven't heard about it, but if you want that, once I finish the released stuff, everything that's released, I can do that. Same thing with Kanye West. I've done all of the released stuff there, so if you want to do Yandi, I just need 1 person to request it on Patreon, that sort of jazz. But yeah, also when you do unreleased, try and I wouldn't be able to tell. That's why I'm going to put like whatever you ask me to do that's unreleased, I will send to the person that got me to actually start this channel, because they know about a lot of this unreleased stuff, and like the best stuff there. I'll send it to them to fact check it, to be like, that's the stuff people would want to see. But if you do ask me to do unreleased, if you're going to ask me to do 20 tracks, like your own set album thing, try and make it cohesive. Is it the Pink Tape era unreleased? So I can at least like call it like, oh, this is the Pink Tape unreleased, if that makes sense. Like try and think about it through the lens of like what would help me on YouTube as well, because I would want to, I know, get everyone to appreciate it, you know? Like if I'm doing a Whole Lot of Red, I'm going to do a Whole Lot of Red V1, and I got like 3 people to work on that to collate what, like the 30 tracks or something that like do that, if that makes sense. I wouldn't want it to just be like random ones that like only you care about. But if you want, when you do give that sort of request, you can put like 20, let's say it's pink tape era, 25 of like the most popular ones that you think, like the ones that like the community likes the most, and you can throw in like 2 or 3 that you love, like that you're like, these are my favorite. That's fine, but I just at least the holistic majority of it, think of it through the lens of like, is this what other people would want to see as well? And you can add your bit of your spin into it and stuff, but I would want everyone to enjoy the unreleased sort of stuff and not miss anyone. Yeah.
You need to buy your own car. Super popular, yeah, I'm a superstar. She a super hoe, she got me super hard. You can't save a hoe, I can't even save it. Diamonds, VVS, yeah, they amazing. He ain't like that for real, why you glazing? Grew up in like that, you know that I'm blazing. Came up, stayed down, I was patient. Came up on me, yeah, she done waited. Can't trust nobody, I'm jaded. Off the lick, and she high, she faded. In the spot too, how they got raided. Switch flows out, how they get traded. Came a long way from the basement. Hot bullets hit your chest, cicated. Hot the Tesla go electric rated. Oh, you wanna talk, what you gotta say then? Put a room up with money, it's a playpen. Pussy bitch play with your pussy, can't play kid. Play with that pussy, I'm in it, it's fishy. She got a landing strip, it's bushy. I don't do no playing, yeah, that's no bullet. If I say no bullet, that mean I'm not bullshit. How about shoot it out, he think he a bullet. They call that head, you bout to catch a bullet. I keep a stick in my boot, no wood. Put a switch on the Glock, it's a fully. Bad bitch fell in love, who wouldn't? I got too much, yeah, I swear you couldn't fathom how much I made in this hoodie. Too much idle time, I do what I should. Too much idle time, get off of your ass, yeah. Took advantage of the time I said pass, y'all. I'm about every shit, hit it like Adderall. I don't need you to score this paddle ball. I was pouring on reach. Money spread, I just did the money glitch. Money spread, all blue like stick. Chrome heart, and for one Nike. Yeah, they wanna be, they nothing like me. Shawty born, turn me on, excite me. It's a POV, you know my side elite. I'm in this bitch, minute Drake on side of me. I'm in this bitch, got my bitch on the side. Yeah, time we right, you not down the slide. Gang, niggas nothing like mine. Southside, bitch, 29. OP on bitch, 005. I got a throwing on.
It's a fucking great track.
I'm taking 12. I put it right in your face every time I pop mine, I go viral, yeah. Club moving too fast.
Dude, kind of amazing.
Look down, finish face, 2 million ways. I'm not scared of dying. Look to his face, she's scared of his eye. My dick in her face, she's sucking me up. Everywhere I go, keep it that talk. Everywhere I go, keep it that up. Every day, yeah, I put on that. Every day, yeah, I put on that stuff. I got painkillers in my cup. Maybe once, yeah, she start struck. Fell in love, you my new drug. Mud shots can't stop this, yeah. I said 12, can't stop this shit. Got a foreign, yeah, she from Ibiza. Just to come over, she need a visa. Switch out my hoes and my clothes, I don't need you. Yeah, switch on my flow, I got
gorgeous,
I got a phone on it, building up, pass on the bro. Had to switch out the pace, you was moving too slow. I'm a demon, I pull up in a ghost. She clean me up, she done say nigga so. I'm an 8 ball, they say I'm dope. Need to get us all, I'm telling you no. Yeah, I did you right, you did me wrong. I expected you to leave me alone. Niggas in the way, yeah, they clone. Star Wars, start a sweat, it's the clone war. Geek dots and X, I'm on ball. Can't let you right, you need to buy your own car. Super popular, yeah, I'm a superstar. She a super hoe, she got me super hot.
Uzi, bro.
If you know me, you know the money long. Niggas know I got some problems on their own. Pay the price, you can get a nigga gone. Don't call me, call a bank. Money mine on me, get him out of yours. Sniper that chopper, I'm type of chopper. That bitch is a carbon, the one when I'm burning. The clip is so big and I clip is a cartridge. Trenches and that bitch and not in a marsh. It seems when I feel the summertime weather. I just be getting low better. I just whip in my own face and no better. They bitch just nice a little leather. I just take your bitch, I don't got a phone. I got to write a love letter. Niggas, they rather listen to my clones. Knowing that I'm a little better. Nigga try to say he ain't on when I'm on. Would you just think you look better? You better be, I'm just on when I'm on. Cause I'm the one get that jelly. I just tell you, bitch, I don't got a phone. I got to write a love letter. Niggas, they rather listen to my
This is gorgeous, bro.
Nigga try to say he ain't on when I'm on. Would you just think you look better? You better be, I'm just on when I'm on. Cause I'm the one get that jelly.
Gorgeous. I'm curious to see how Young Thug does because he's kind of on like a weaker run at the moment, but he's one of the goats. Crazy that we're halfway through and
it's my drug, keep my drugs on you shit. I got drugs in this bitch, I got hoes in this bitch. I don't know which one to choose. Left her bitch on red, yeah, she asking me for blue. Drugs can't fire, yeah, that's just what I do. He say he out on cloud nine, I'm standing on the moon. I got Hermes on my cup, I put a Patek on my wrist. I ain't do all that for her, ain't put no Patek on this bitch. If I do all that for you, reciprocate the energy. In order for for you to make what I make it take a century. Send her to the cemetery, she gon' take it to the grave. Now these hoes on, I don't trust nobody anyway. Now these hoes going, I never beg her disrespect. You ain't got no hoes, I'm trying to get these hoes on my face. She got acne on her face, I got acne on my jeans. Now these niggas wanna be my gang, now I'm 5 teams. Bitches double O, we champions, we won like 9 rings. Put your swag in the pill and pop that bitch, you can't get eyes ring. None of them niggas start to spot this shit, every fit come off the dome. Now I'm fucking bitch and Italy was right next door to Rome. Shot it way too drunk, she too fucked up, ain't tryna take her home. She looking for me at the end of the night, I'm already gone. I had on Supreme and be long, and these bitches I turned that chrome right before I knew back on her. Got twins, I can't even tell them apart. This how I get when I'm out the narcs.
This how I feel when the drugs hit me. If he falling off, I hit my mans with a key. She got every minute AP because I love her. Yeah, now ain't actually no bitch out for my brother.
This is a weak young thug.
Look at the hoes on keep my love her, nigga. I'm on some renegade shit right now. Keep her
Like this actually, what happened? I know he went to jail or whatever, but like, or was on trial or something like that. But like, I don't know. Like when I listen to older Young Thug, it's like there is so much energy there, and like the way he bounces off, he has like the delivery is fucking insane. With this one, it's just like he's trying to do the same sort of singy sort of stuff, but it's like I've heard you do that back in like 2016 and shit, and you did it so well. But like here, it just doesn't click with me as much. It's like kind of a weaker feature.
Couple gauges on my chest, you can see it through my car.
Like it's not Young Thug standing.
But we don't vibe by the law. I put her in her meds, she reciprocated, dog. Get high off of these drugs, then explain it in a bar. We go big jet, we at the clear port. Try to stroking my ego, telling me they don't know one. Try to calling me a daddy, playing like a rally. Turn you up tomorrow, switch you rolling for a patty. Turn your little bitty body up and now she got a fat. She don't fell in love and now she need a Xanax.
This how I get when drugs hit. It's sweet drink, that's drug kick. You ain't supposed to see me date, it's my drug dealing fit. Be my drugs, I don't give you shit. I got drugs in it, bitch. I got hoes in it, bitch. I don't know which one to choose. Left her bitch on red, yeah, she asking me for blue. Drugs hit hard, yeah, that's just what I do. He say he out on cloud nine, I'm standing on the moon.
I like that more traditional southern sort of sound that this has underneath it, which I need to delve more into, like the T.I. sort of shit, the fucking Gucci Mane. I want to delve into that stuff more, but I like that this has that sound. I'll still say it's good, just not as great as what like a Young Thug sort of feature could be. Oh, that's a weird fade out. The fuck? Alright, this is a classic. Oh fuck, who it? That has to be Filthy, right? That's Filthy producer tag? Yeah.
Baba ain't on my jeans walk. My bitch throw all bees walk. Bow on her knees walk. I gotta tell her please. Make her stop. For these hoes, I'm pouring for me. Go y'all talk. CC what you gonna do for these? Catch. Pass her to my dog, just like bitch, we gon' twitch. See her body through her outfit, she got that cheap ass bitch. That ain't JPG, little bitch, that ain't skin, so that ain't easy season one. I'm on X game mode. Put that X up low. All that niggas I can't walk, we not lit no more. She got me coconut, please turn it up. She got me coconut, don't get no fuck. Too busy stretching these bands, I can't be.
I'm not that fan of this one. This one feels like more pedestrian sort of stuff. I don't mind it. I still think it's good.
Make that man like numbers. Make that motherfucker.
I hope this reaction doesn't, like, also, if you want to see my more chaos reactions like that, for whatever reason, Ken Carson and Future are the only artists so far that I've dealt with that block my shit relatively often. Like, more chaos got blocked. I tried to appeal it because it's like, I talk quite a bit, right? And I think it's covered under, like, I would say this is covered under fair use, but they still blocked it to the point where, like, no one can see it, except if you go to my Patreon, and then you can see it there. But, like, for whatever reason, Future and Ken Carson are the only ones that do that. I hope it doesn't happen to this one, because I think this is a really fucking sick project, and I kind of hope that everyone sees how much I enjoy this, because I think this is the best Ken Carson project, and I don't know if, like, the reason that they might, like, weirdly, I think More Chaos and Future Self-Titled are the two that got taken down, and they didn't, like, get rid of it, like, when I disputed it. Those two are the lowest rated ones of their respective artists. Granted, the Future Self-Titled's a 7, so that's still good, and I think, like, the More Chaos one's like a 6, so it's, like, not low, like, bad ratings, but I hope, if that might be the slight thing that's stopping it, I hope that this one doesn't get taken down. So, because, yeah, I'm really liking this project.
500 on pants, 5K for the jacket, that's 10 bands. I flew to the beach with more sand. Can't even fuck this hoe, she a fan. Cry, shower, biz pan. Got her on her knees, she not praying. Drink SC, too high, I can't land. Don't break money up, please, I still got ones in my hand.
Oh, that's a fucking transition. That's a bounce. Like, I like how the producers feel like they're working with each other. This is some newer sounds, like, in the sense of, like, taking from, like, the newer underground sort of shit. Like, I don't really hit, like, this, like, this reminds me of, like, a bit of, like, Psychotic, the best parts of a Psychotic by Summerson, in my opinion, which is when the production does this, like, weird fucking, like, grimy, like, kind of weirdly reminds me of, like, an eldritch horror sort of fucking creature, manipulating the bass, and I fuck with it. It's just, it sounds really sick. I think Blood kind of does a similar sort of thing, but, like, the most, prominent one off the top of my head is Psychotic. But I like Ken Carson's voice a lot more than Asama Son's in the most, like, or Asama Son recently, because I liked Asama Season, but quite a lot. But recent Asama Son, like Jump Out, that stuff, I'm not a massive fan of. Where I like Ken Carson more. So I think someone on that sort of, like, Ken Carson on this sort of beat, I feel like is like a perfect, might be a perfect little melding for me. Because I love the production, I love Ken Carson. So.
Catch me outside fall when I'm with a sinner. Rub I bend the overdrop, I perky in them. Those signs on my mind, I got money on my mental. Tattoo on the spine, damn, I thought it was a hammer. It's shit, you bitch me, I can't remember. If sleep, I'm swagging, I'm set trundle. I've been setting trend, I've been setting trend, I've been setting trend. I've been setting trend, 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 Have you ever seen a ghost? This a Rose Racer, she gon' let me press her. Scream on stage, what the fuck? I done lost my voice and shit. GT3 the pushing shit, foreign hold the 20 bit. Hermes bag got ice, my bitch hot like Tide. Bribe me like Ducati, no, this not no cow side. Picking up the bags, I can't wait to go to pod. Diamonds on my cash, and my swag come my cards. If I showed you what I had, all these niggas wanna ride. Renegade, I put your bitch on blade, young out. Jumping out that Tesla come. Johnny Depp, I feel like blow. Johnny Depp, I feel like blow. Johnny Depp, the what's up, hoe? Bullets kiss, no mistletoe. Bullets hit you for this shit. I been in my feelings, yeah. I don't think you feeling me. People say that style burst, I put up to the Amherst. Nigga won't push up on my turf. I'm the ocean, you can't surf.
I'm not fan of this one.
Blue light smurf. Cocaine, okay. Cocaine for her. G6, yes sir.
Like, the production's nice, but it's better.
Catch me outside fall when I'm with a sinner. Rub I bend the overdrop, I perky in them. Those signs on my mind, I got money on my mental. Tattoo on the spine, damn, I thought it was a hammer. SC, you bitch me, I can't remember. If sleep, I'm swagging, I'm set trundle. I've been setting trend, I've been setting trend.
Yeah, I'd say this one's like, maybe the first, like, air track to me.
I've been setting trend, I've been sending trim up. I've been sending trim up.
I like this prettier version, possibly. I wonder who's on it.
So many bags. So many bags. So many bags. So many
It's getting a bit bloated to me, I think. Like, if we left at like the first like 10 tracks, I feel like this would be like an amazing, like great to an amazing album. Now we're getting like a bit, we're stalling a bit. I like the production now, it's well done.
The way she riding me, and you would think she was driving a big wheel. I'm sorry, I didn't make that. Yeah, I just love your bitch crib. Got so many bags. Got so many bags. I'm serving up packs. You can get covered at X. I'm too geeked up to relax. I'm fucking up so out of back. I'm pulling that hair out of head. It's not real, so she not upset. Come here, baby, listen, I'm on that jet. Come here, baby. I'm in LA, I lose a dime shit. I'm in LA, I'm swinging on chronic. She in LA, road day, yo, shot. She think she iconic. So many bags in her hand. She might be iconic. So many bags. 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 It's in the bag. It's in the bag. It's in the bag. I'm telling Chris Vic, you know it's a 10 mil. He talking like that. He must know how this stick feel. The way she riding me, you would think she was driving a big wheel. I'm sorry, I didn't make that. Yeah, I just love your bitch crib.
And it's decent. I like the production. Destroy Lonely? Let's see how this works. My main issue, I guess, like with Destroy Lonely, it doesn't matter as much, especially because this project with Experiment makes sense that it doesn't have as clean of like a sonic identity where like the other projects by Opium sort of have that within their projects, as I spoke about. My main issue that I usually have with Ken Carson and Destroy Lonely is it feels whenever they have a feature together, it sounds like they're just not in the same studio, and like the mixing is just so different where like you'll have like this If Looks Could Kill sort of sound that goes throughout all 22 tracks, and then the feature will have like just sound like Ken Carson on like a Great Chaos, and it's just like, all right, why? And because this is a bit more like not as like cohesive when it comes to the same sort of sound throughout, maybe that will just be an issue that isn't as apparent, but I am worried that like it will just for whatever reason sound like they're just clearly not in the same studio.
I wanna go shop with these hoes, shop with these hoes, shop with these hoes, shopping 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 with these hoes. Let's go. After Gucci on the coochie, bad bitches get the Lindsay. I go Hermes for a 10, and my go y'all hold the blicky. When you're riding with a vamp, every day it feel like Christmas. She wanna sip my Sprite, I told that bitch I just released it. I'm in LA like a chemist. Rico booked me bone. She can't leave me alone. Pockets for calzone. I might let the brim. Shopping with your bitch, she wanna go to CC Hills. I'm about to switch my gear, I just went car shopping. Can't even post what I caught these niggas be pocket watching. I turned her up and I served her, she in my pocket now. Baguettes and dime. Bobo on super slimy.
I love how heavy this production is though.
This bitch stupid tramp. Now with that top flow, boss be screaming, fuck your count. She wanna fuck on out.
So many producers. I wonder what part of each part of the production that each producer is doing.
Put that little boy in that ditch, that gun I said eat off his face. BBS diamonds my wrist, gotta let it escalate. Shopping with you, ho, I can shop it with you. Popping different codes, I can't parlay with you. Jesus got me throwed, I can't party with you. I'll murder the code, I ain't talking with you. Shit don't stop. I've been swagging since a jit, swagging since a jit, swagging since a jit, swagging since a jit, Swaggin' since a G. Swaggin' since a G. Swaggin' since a G. Let me switch my feet. Kid the hiking boots on, threw on them Magellas. Fly in bird, might fuck around.
That sounds like good. Might drop to like a 6 or something.
But
like the production's killer.
I was about to get top, I couldn't get out the St. Laurent. Spotted soda like QD, this not from punch. You ain't go to school with me if I ain't sit with you at lunch. Won't know you without. We been swaggin' every season, spring, summer, and fall. Keep that hoe and then delete, no answer when she call. Everything designer, me, my shirt, my pants, my drawers. I'm tryna shot at your bitch, I'm tryna shot at your bitch. I'm finna go get rich, I'm finna go get rich. AP mixed with Rick, AP mixed with Rick. She wanna eat up the drip, got her on white ass shit. In the middle of this, I copy for you if you're a keeper. My anxiety shooting through the roof. Swear I hate being around people. I kinda watch, I say bitch, I don't know, reason your neck on free. He window shot with you.
I wish, like, I know it's called Experiment, and I hope that because there are so many different sounds on this record, that this is more like a feeler sort of thing that's throwing out a bunch of stuff. It feels like on the back half here, that we're listening to, it's very much getting into like turning the wheels sort of stuff. And I guess, I don't know why that would necessarily be the case. Like, is it just the fact that like it's streaming, so we need to jump out like a 22 track album, that sort of thing. But like, I would appreciate, I don't know if it's like infeasible or whatever the fuck, but I would have appreciated if it was like 12 tracks and it was like the most concise 12. But if it's just like, here's a bunch of tracks and like the front half is like really fucking sick and actually quite different for what he usually does, I just hope on the next project, there's like enough fanfare about like the tracks like EDM or Trust or Ghost and stuff like that, and that more sugary sort of shit. There's enough fanfare for those sort of tracks that the next Carson project just like balls to the walls goes into that. I would appreciate it with that. And especially considering the fact that like usually if there was like a normal artist, right, they would release every 2 or 3 years, and something like this would be a bit more disappointing because it's like, oh, you're going to like I waited like 2 or 3 years for this sort of thing, and you went back into a bit more of like a bloated sort of back half, right? But like with Ken Carson, because he releases every single year, I don't really mind this. Like, you detour for a tiny bit, and I just hope that future stuff leans more into the EDM truths, ghost sort of stuff. I just hope that happens.
My swag dope, my swag contagious. We shopping overseas, that's my love baby. There's Missy Slation, they ain't tripping on payment. Now I get a discount, cause my name lit. And I wanna go shopping with the hoes.
This is very, I love the production though.
Shopping with the hoes. I wanna go shopping with the hoes. Shopping with the hoes. Shopping with the hoes.
I wonder why the next track's called Amanda Vines. See, this is let's more sugary.
She that she all that, Amanda Vines. Caught the yellow pineapple planner just a party lines. They ain't fall in love with your figure, I fell in love with your mind. You ain't fall in love with my money, you fell in love with my time. Mainly you for nothing, I got tired of your line. You not happy here, why you wasting tears crying? Push that switch again, I'm on that highway flying. Bob ain't on my rim, I said fuck them nine. You can't catch this drip on Bryson.
I like this sound quite a bit.
You can't catch this with the Lamborghini or V10. Niggas in the way, hey, I just wanna win. I think I'm too real for this shit. Everybody's 10. This $1 billion lick. Are you in? I put my life on the line by that money. I like the pipe, jumping well, jump out of them. Then we both got boots on, but I know what doing stuff. They can't make your body shake that brother like he crump. When I get hot till I can't function. Bobby missing up me. Like this was your bitch, I got her rubbing her hands through my dread. She so YBL, every day she wake up and play. Every night I got her on her knees, she praying to the Lord. Outside that cross me and in her face, she screaming till the next morning. We not fucking, don't know what to do with our sweaty bitch be born. That's okay, baby, I'm just calling.
This is nice. Back to like the original form of like the start of it.
Bitch, you not a man of binds. Girl, you miss your time, you in a bad.
I think it's like a pretty great track.
No, cause you see me in it in his mind. Yeah, my new bitch got bust and watch it, yeah, they hits and her. I been in the stuff for 2-3 hours, ain't even inspired. When you really shot, can't even go out of stores in one day. When you really shot, they open up when it's closed anyway. And when I pop my shit, gotta open your ears and hear what I say. She think she all that, I'm at the vines. Call the yellow pineapple planner, just a party lines. They ain't fall in love with your figure, I fell in love with your mind. You ain't fall in love with my money, you fell in love with my time. Mainly you for nothing, I got tired of your line. You not happy here, why you wasting tears crying? Push that switch again, I'm on the highway flying. Bob ain't on my rim, I said fuck them 9.
Yeah, it was a pretty great track. It's like it's kind of been bloated down, that's about it. But the good tracks off this are like some of the most like standout good tracks maybe. With like at least consistent. It still feels like a pretty good track to me though. I feel like it's 6.5, like a decent good track. Yeah, I'll give it a 6 actually. Like if this album was like 40 minutes, I feel like it would be crazy.
Can't believe you left me, yeah, I did it all for. You won't come across another like me, young bro. I ain't never complain, I pay for your nail, lashes and hair. If you want smoke, they just like smoke, I put you in the air. Yeah, 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 yeah. Flamethrower, flamethrower. 223, make your body boil. I drive the 8, it look like car. That's not diamonds on his neck, that's aluminum foil. I came from the saw, I came from the dirt. Can't turn me down on turn. I'm sweating not the shirt, I'm sweating not the purse, I'm sweating not the codeine. Without you, it's real draw. She acting like she don't know me. I touch my stick in my balls, yeah, that's all I got.
I like the rapping performance here. Kangaroo's one of my favorite. I've said it before, but like he's definitely one of my favorite when it comes to like rapping performances in this sort of scene.
I was in the studio, you jumping off the yard. I'm starting to hate this, so I see the love fade. Can't walk in my crib with clothes, this is love cave. Pressure made diamonds, whoa, whoa, I'm flamethrower made. I'm a flamethrower, let your body boil. Throw you in the soil, pour 8, let it drop it, look like car oil. Can't believe believe you left me, yeah, I did it all for. You won't come across another like me, yeah, bro. I ain't never complain, I pay for your nail lashes and hell. If you want smoke, then just like smoke, I put you in the hell. Yeah, 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 yeah.
I'd say 7.5. Good to great track for me. Yeah, this album could be like 16 tracks long. Oh, the sugary sort of stuff again.
Knock next door, whoa, let me in. Been with the same since day one, ain't got no new friends. If you had a problem from the jump, should've cut me off then. I been knocking these hoes down, yeah, they bowling pins. I'm in competition with myself and I always win. Let you backstab me once, I can't trust you again. You should've told me how you felt, yeah, let me comprehend. Them niggas ran right in, I will if I pay my own way. Where was you when I was on the block all day? I could've been your plug, you could've helped me make pay. More rooms and heads in my spot, ain't gotta make space. I say whatever comes to my talk, they tryna save face. How you complain about how I'm up, I was in the same place. Now it's been blunts and double, cause every day a celebration. Showed you unconditional, I broke my heart, you was faking. Niggas dedicated, eat the whole swag. Oh, you want the feature, I need the whole bag. Want you to know who dropped your shit, I pull up. No
It's like close to great to me. I really like the production.
American Eagle, you can't compare me to these pigeons. I'm talking illegal, this got 19 came with
I just love how energetic Carson is. Like he just feels like the one that cares the most about the music. And it kind of just seeps through with his performances being more impassioned.
On my grind, yeah. This shit go record. I picked up the camera, I'm about to make a move with your heart. Ain't going back and forth with these niggas, yeah, they piss poor. But you late in 2025, they been close your door. Niggas ain't in 2025, yeah, there's nothing new. 2025, it's 2025, I'm one up on you. I just left for two. And it's a two-seater. My man's on base, I hit a home run, I'm Derek Jeter. If I do the race and beat that case, I'm coming hot lethal. Niggas like every day ain't getting in front of that judge and tell. I flew a bitch out to the ocean, she want to parasail. She want to go to her meds. You don't even know Chanel. You don't even know who I am. Heard you knocking at the door, you must ain't hear it slam. Knocking at your door, whoa, let me in. Been with the same since day one, ain't got no new friends. If you had a problem from the jump, should've cut me off then.
It's a great fucking track, bro.
I'm in competition with myself and I always win. Let you backstab me once, I can't trust you again. You should've told me how you felt, yeah, let me comprehend. I got some of these niggas, I got some of these hoes. For the internet, I know my pole never see a troll. Beating on her back, you would've thought this little bitch stole. Princess can't right go. His diamonds not shining. My whole chain hot and yours, you need to check them diamonds. Neck on froze every time I walk in the room, I switch climate. Lost my mind, don't know where to start looking to find it. Got my dress iconic, she don't time my shoe, she shiny. Wake up, now I got 5 bunny. She a freak, want more than 6. Money freak, I want more than chicks. Money geek, I been standing in bands. This one chain, costs a van. Take a chain, Armstrong wins. Now I'm jigging, on dance. For the clothes, trying to own.
Oh, I love this.
Trying to stay focused. She a flower bone, yeah, locust. Alien, I'm Paul, no Logan. But I stay with twin like Jake. These niggas keep rapping about Drakes. I'm pushing up with 308s. Glock 40 in my shirt in my waist. I fuck with that bitch, she got taste. She know that I'm a such a glaze. She don't know that I said it in days. Paying cool, but her pussy amazing. Paying cool, but her pussy the one. Alright, had to kick him out the spot. Them bitches wanna talk about nothing. I make it hard on my blank. Can't kick it, no, you cannot punt. No E, the same in the rank. Got pepper and go out no blank. Been it over, I spit on a cake. With a thought I was big in the blank. Tom Cruise, I do my own stakes. Bobby, yeah, that's how I tank.
Oh. Another. Wait, Filthy is put his stuff in the minute, so is it like a co-produce? No. Interesting they put it there. One of my favorites on this. Dude, Filthy is just so fucking good. It works so well with Carson too. There's just so much synergy. Interesting fade outs on like 2 of the tracks. I just wonder why. But yeah, that was a fucking great track. I'm curious to see where this Playboy Cardi feature. Interesting as fuck. Who's done the production? I'm just curious how the Cardi feature goes. Lucien? I think I've heard of him before. This is cool.
Glock 10 mil, get them stick, ARP, hit them, swap hoes out, I did them, swap clothes out, I did them, grab, send, rig, oh, double, low, fire, why we up bigger than the big show, man, gotta tell her, I know his bitch, no, throw it in sport, the springs, roll, bust down, chain, go, most hands and wheels and Django, took his chains, on bold, cut her off, on cold, VVV, whoa,
BBVs, whoa, my back is deep, like cavities, whoa, shopping spree, she like daddy, please, so fucking key, went Vietnamese, got killed with me, that's baby G, I spread tease, yeah, bump his knees, yeah, on a man to me, fuck what she saying to me, man long centipede, yellow bone make a tease, told Kim split that key, both of us done had some seeds, 100 cars, it's a fleet, whole gang got SITs.
Shout out swag up, it's contagious like a disease. Need my swag back.
Oh, I thought I already put the 8 on that disease.
Already cool, her. I been throwing up ease. Might recruit her. Little nigga signed to me. I don't got no designers. Partner made this shit. I made it in before you signed off.
The production is the most interesting part of it. The performance, like, both performances aren't the worst. But, like, it's not as great as I thought it could be. It's like pretty good though.
Simulation glitch. A young nigga rich. Get hit with brass knuckle. Got ice all on my fist. Don't be like the last sucker. Little pussy nigga on this shit.
Pull up, man, back. Pull up like men in black. I love my business, they fucking, they come right back.
Cardi's features here are like more promising than the performance he gave on music, in my opinion.
I know some hosts gonna suck and lay on the
I like how deep his voice is there.
If he got problems, just say that, bitch. Hold up, say that. Say five. Strap on my dealers, I'm flying. Not the G6 like I'm on that. I'm on that. She be DMing and liking my piece like she on that. Yeah. Spray out my thighs.
It's a really cool production.
Yellow diamond shit, canary. We ain't even have to go to Cody. Team that's done times from high blast at Crody. I ain't fucking bitches raw, yeah, bitch go run and tote it. bitch think get dog. Go in his pocket, she ballin'. I shoot this your motherfucking dog. Bitch, you know that, you know that, you know that. My purse getting big like rocks. Play with that sauce, fuck 'em up my hand. She just wanna find my bands. Too much sauce, she don't understand. She better hide my tits. If she dumb, she get beat by her man. Oh man, forget this. Getting beat up by this shit.
I'd say it's good. Overall, I think this might be my favorite project. It gets a bit bloated. It's close to a Great Chaos. I haven't done X yet. I haven't done Project X and I haven't done X. But out of the ones I've done with like a Great Chaos, More Chaos Experiment, I feel like this is basically on the same point as a Great Chaos and it's better than More Chaos. So I'd be curious about X and
like, ain't you Ken, Carson,
what the
ain't
fuck?
you TX?
Yeah, I'd be curious to delve into the other ones. And I'm super open to people requesting it. I would have Ken Carson as a monthly artist, if he was requested enough. There's like certain people, like, I don't know, this one's years out, but like this is months out, but like I basically set up every single month, year, like months and months and months out of events. As you can tell, the yellows are the ones I've recorded, so I just haven't done the thumbnails. But like as you can see, I put shit very far out. And I have like monthly artists. So like one of those monthly artists is Lucifer. One of those is Young Thug, which sadly Young Thug hasn't gotten requested for this month yet. So this might be the first month that Thug gets replaced. But yeah, I have a bunch of artists that I use as like, oh, I always do an NBA Youngboy every single month and that sort of thing, right? Ken Carson would be in that sort of realm if he was requested, but his projects just don't. I got a Great Chaos and More Chaos, and that was it. No one requested Project X or X. Or his EPs or mixtapes or whatever. I don't know if those are loved or not, but yeah. I would love to do them. I'm more than happy to do it. Because Ken Carson's one of the ones I appreciate probably the most. Him and Destroy Lonely are actually quite nice. I feel like they get way too much hate. And also, I don't even think they even remotely like Cardi clones, which I feel like they kind of get a bit of that like stigma. But yeah, this was a solid as fuck project. Thank you guys for watching. Absolutely love you. Thank you all of the Rage Underground fans, all that sort of shit, because I wouldn't be where I am today without you guys, and because of you guys almost solely, this is nearly a job, nearly a proper job. I put job hours into it, but the money I'm getting on Patreon and stuff like that, it's nearly a job. And I appreciate you guys a shit ton. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I absolutely love you. Peace.